midday. It's about 3 o'clock, and we have another 6 kilometers or so to where we're going to camp. These meadows are proving bigger than I thought. It's quite a long ways in there. Kind of post-holing through some snow. But we gotta get down before dark. Find a good place to camp. Downhill, got about another 1.5 kilometers. It's almost 7 at night, so it's been a full day. Somewhere some grizzly bears have been tearing up the ground, getting ground squirrels. Beautiful spot and waterfall just up there. Might check that out tomorrow. Across the creek, and now we're headed through Castleguard Meadows. Right, so I give the outhouse definitely a 4 out of 5. No toilet paper, but it's got full porcupine mesh on the outside, so that's awesome. And use a skylight, but not bad at all. We set up camp here at Castleguard Meadows by the river. Beautiful spot, hasn't really been maintained in a long time, but there's an outhouse and there's water and pretty sheltered. So looking forward to a good night's sleep. The rain has begun, so has the wind. Just momentarily lulled actually, but ripping pretty good. We're gonna get some heavy weather. Kind of the way this is set up. Unfortunately, I got water pooling on my tarp. But it's Cuban fiber doesn't leak, which is awesome. So the rain has let up enough for it to be quiet enough to film, but it's still socked in pretty good. It's been 12 hours, no, probably 14 steady. Rain started last night around 7. Rained pretty hard overnight, but hammock has been quite suitable. You gotta be careful in these higher areas of which trees you choose. You want to pick a old tree with some hard bark and use a wide webbing belt to hang up on, but was able to find a really good location here. We were gonna do some caving this morning, but just kind of taking it easy and see what the weather's gonna do, because no use getting super wet. We got lots of time on this trip, so yesterday was quite a push, so we will doesn't matter, take a little bit of time off. I think it was probably did about 20 kilometers by the time we zigzagged and explored a bit, and packing, I think I had about 50 pounds, Ben had about 60, just because we have so much rafting gear. Half of mine is just the rafting gear, because we're going to hopefully do some whitewater exploration on the Castleguard here. trying to figure out what's happening to my tarp, but that's ice. So apparently we're below zero here. So it rained pretty much all day. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't have a hard time sleeping though, so that was good. I was super tired before we began this trip. So kind of was banking on today as a catch-up day. It's fresh snow pretty much everywhere up high. We had some sleet here. Tarp was right iced up. But it's nice right now. It's pretty cool terrain here. You see water coming out of the rocks everywhere. It's really interesting that it rained a ton, like 12 hours of hard rain, and the creek hasn't risen at all. Some of that is lag time because it's snow up above us here, but even in our immediate area where it was just raining like crazy, there's not any water standing around because there's just holes everywhere. Like, yeah, this creek just comes out of nowhere. So that peak in the mist is WATCHMAN Peak. That's the one we're hoping to climb at some point. We can get the right weather. I'm going to do a little exploring tonight, see if we can find the Castleguard cave entrance. Little Falls is just upstream of Castleguard Meadows campsite. Got a beautiful spot here alongside the beginning of the Castleguard River. That's one way to cross the creek, or the river, I guess. Ben's boots aren't as new as mine, so he doesn't want a chance of wet foot. That's gotta be cold. I got the old Scarpas I bought for ice climbing. I usually actually don't bring waterproof boots on pack rafting trips because they take so long to dry if you get them wet, which usually I'm off trail and getting them wet is a matter of when, not if. So but on this trip, because we had the glacier and because we want to do some scree climbing, I figured this is the way to go, and haven't got them wet yet. Yeah, so at one point we've been glaciated all the way through where we came yesterday through the Castleguard Meadows, and this would have been kind of the toe of the glacier heading out this way. But we're gonna go check out these waterfalls we can see off in the distance because they're pretty sweet. Just spend a night here.
Surprisingly dry in here.
There's the falls in the background. On our way back to camp, starting to rain pretty good again.
I just about decided to get up and get out of bed because the rain had stopped. Then I looked outside and I guess it just had turned to snow. It's about 6:30 in the morning and yeah, supposed to be making our way to Watchman Lake today, but I think I'll give it a couple minutes yet. The snow has started to melt, but it hasn't started to stop, unfortunately. Eating my oatmeal. The nice thing about the hammock is you can cook in it, and a lot more space than a tent when you're stuck waiting out weather.